Hello, welcome to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker, a real estate investor helping you realize your dream of owning a home or investing. Today's show, I'm going to be speaking about various apps that I have on my phone and also my tablet that helps me out in the real estate business. Um, I do have more apps than I'm about to share. However, that would take a very long time. And some of the apps, to be honest, I need to get rid of. But anyway, let's begin. The first app that I have that I absolutely love is HomeSnap. What it does is it allows you to take a picture of a house that you're looking at, and it gives you an estimate on how much that property costs and how much homes nearby it costs. Plus, it gives you a few more details, extra information like taxes, schools, etc. It's similar to Zillow, but not exactly like it. The next one that I use is DealCheck, and it's very similar to those of you who use real estate analysis. What it does is you plug in the numbers as far as like how much it costs, how much the repairs will cost, and then it gives you a calculation and you can decide whether or not this deal is a good deal for you. Then there's another app called loan amortization, and it's very similar, but it's only for mortgage notes, and it helps those who are note holders decide whether or not they want to go with this particular deal or not. Next, you have Easy Calculator. And Easy Calculator has several different calculators underneath it. And of course, as mentioned before by myself and probably other real estate advisors here, both on YouTube and everywhere else on the web, you have to know your numbers. So Easy Calculator is one of those that I like. Next, many of you probably have this already, and that's Polaris Office, which allows you to use Microsoft and Excel, and I think PowerPoint and Adobe is connected. I'm going to have to look again. But yes, it allows me to edit documents, save the documents, etc. And I can transfer the documents between the phone and the tablet and my computer. Next is DocuSign, which allows me to sign contracts and other paperwork when necessary. Next thing I have is an app for my security cameras. That's a definite must. I love that. Why? Because I can see what's going on in front of my home when I'm a million miles away. Love that. Next app I have is Expensify. This basically allows me to scan receipts for taxes. Some of you may have something called TaxBot, which allows you to allocate receipts for your taxes, or you might have something called Receipt Hog. All of them are pretty good, but I would definitely recommend having some type of receipt app, an app that allows you to scan receipts and keep that information for your taxes, because that's very important. Next, if you need to travel, and most of us do, to go to our properties, and let's say you drive, there is something called MileIQ, which helps track your mileage. That's another good app, and it's one that your accountant, of course, is going to want that information. Then there's Shoebox. Shoebox is storage cloud backup system that allows you to have pictures of the property, both, before, during, and after any type of flipping or rehab is done, and receipts. You can also take pictures of receipts and store them in Shoebox. Next, there's Gas Buddy. And what Gas Buddy does is it compares gas prices nearby. So you don't have to, just go to the nearest gas station. You can search multiple ones online first and then go to the one that's the cheapest. Next, if you don't drive or you don't feel like driving, yes, I use Lyft and I use Via. Via is basically when you're in New York, it is another cab sharing ride, and it's about $8 to go anywhere in New York City. I love that. Now, it does, unlike Lyft, it's not going to take you like in front of the place where you're going necessarily, not always. Basically, they normally stop wherever the train stops. That's how they work. The next area that I have on the list, LifeMart. LifeMart is something that my job has a membership with, and being that I work there and I signed up with it, we automatically get certain discounts on various shopping items, security cameras, appliances, coupons, even travel, everything. We get discounts with that particular program. Next, there is property that I have that's out of state. So I have a Ward wallet, which helps me keep track of my miles and my points. Occasionally, when you're doing networking and you want to meet with people, you go out to a restaurant. Well, there's an app for that as well. There's Ritual, Seated, and Fork. Ritual and Seated is primarily here in the United States. Fork is when you're in Europe. Groupon, I use that as well for a number of different things. Whatever they have on sale, I'm checking for it. And yes, I also use it for massages as well, non-real estate activity. One app that I haven't tested yet, but I have downloaded it. I haven't finished filling everything out. It's called MoneyLion, and what that is supposed to be is a financial advisor. You're supposed to put down, the money that you save, the money that you invest, and the money that you borrow from all the different places or all the different institutions that you use. And then it looks at that and it gives you guidance as far as what you should do next with your money. So again, I haven't finished filling everything out, but maybe later on I'll give more advice on it. And if you want, you can go ahead and try it out for yourself. Another app that I've downloaded that I haven't used yet, but I've heard a lot of raving reviews on it, is called Worthy Financial. What they do is they allow you to buy bonds that pay 5%. These bonds are there to help out small businesses. So you're helping someone out and making money at the same time. I love that. Next, I have both Cash App and Venmo. And that is because I like to get paid. And it's also an easy way for me to pay other people for their services when I can't physically go out and meet them. Next, on the spiritual side, because real estate can really be stressful, okay? Yes, I have the Bible app so that I can go through it, look in it, and get recharged. Believe it or not, Facebook and Instagram also, sometimes they help me chuckle, and sometimes I see some quotes on there that can also pick me up, turn me around, that sort of thing. So I would say yes, to a certain extent, I do use those two apps for real estate as well. Plus, I'm in a number of real estate groups, and I have connected with some other real estate people on Instagram. So I would say yes, they do help. They do help me in my real estate business. And then another common app that I have, that I know many people have, is Kindle. It's important to stay abreast. It's important to educate yourself. Maybe there's a strategy that you are not familiar with. Someone has talked about it, or you're facing a problem that no one else has come across. Someone else may have and wrote a book about it. So yes, I have Kindle, very important. And then lastly, here's an app that hopefully everybody has installed. And if you don't have it installed, especially those of you who are Android users, and that app is WFNY Radio. That is my radio station. So, folks, that's all I have for you tonight. Hopefully, the information I've shared will help you make smart financial moves. Remember, each one, teach one, reach one, sometimes many. Anyway, bye for now. Until next time, have a good night.